Back to another deep dive. Are you ready to get a little bit nerdy today?
Always.
I'm so excited for this
I
one.
hope
This
you
is all
can
about
hear
water.
the
Yeah.
audio.
Like literally the water
The
cycle.
water cycle.
Water is a resource. And whoa, did someone just break the fourth wall? Let's hear it.
Hello guys, I am actually based in Prague and I'm working with my students on a lesson on the water cycle. Uh, can you give me some ideas for using it with my students?
Oh, that's fantastic that you're working on the water cycle with your students in Prague.
What a great connection. Yes, we can definitely brainstorm some ideas for you to use in your classroom.
Well, one thing that comes to mind immediately is that cool experiment we were just about to talk about from the Singapore Science Center.
Oh, yes. It's a
Okay, I'll pause it here because we could go on and I could ask them more follow-up questions. But what I wanted you to see is how fast and easy it actually responded to my question, and it integrates it with the information I have in my sources. So this can be great to use just to have it as an interface between me. I could be the interface between my students and the podcast host, and we could ask them questions sort of live. And this is generated by Gemini. Now, I know that you will have the question, does this work in Arabic? Arabic was actually launched as a language just 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So it does work with Arabic. Just a heads up though, from the initial reports I received from some of the teachers I spoke to, it's a mix of standard Arabic and Egyptian Arabic. So it is getting better, and the more people will use it, the better it will become. But it can generate also audio in Arabic. Just as I said, as a heads up, there might be a bit of a mixture between the standard Arabic and the Egyptian Arabic. But other than that, you can definitely use it without any worries. Now so everything I showed you so far, you can access it with a free Google Workspace account. So you do have, if you have a Google Workspace account issued by the school, or if you have access to the Google Workspace account, you can use Gemini and Notebook LM, what I showed you so far. That's included in the free version. I do want to also show you a few of the extra features that you would get with the Gemini Education upgrade. So just as a reminder, this is basically a paid license, and you can actually use this to get some extra, you get access to some extra features, right? So just to give you an overview of what's available. Great question, Amer. So before moving to the features, yes. So once you generate the podcast, you can download it. So you can download it and save it on your computer, and you can also listen it on the go. By the way, there's also a phone app for Notebook LM, so you could actually use it also on the phone to generate the podcast. And if you want to transform the messages into PDF or Word, so from Notebook LM, you cannot export it directly, but what you can do is you can copy this, and then you could paste it in Google Docs or in another text editor, and then save it as a Microsoft Word or a Google Doc or PDF, depending on what format makes sense for you. So you can definitely do that. Now, coming back to the paid upgrade and the features that you would have access to with the paid upgrade, just to give you an overview of what's available. The main thing is that you will be able to use the most advanced models without restrictions, and also you will have access to Gemini across the board. So you can use it in Gmail and in Docs and in Slides and in Sheets and everywhere. So just to show you how this would look like in action, let me go to Gmail, and I'll show you this example. So yes, you can change the speakers to Arabic. So that's what I was mentioning earlier. You can change the speakers to Arabic. Keep in mind though, Arabic is recently released, so it might not be flawless, but it's getting better and better. So let me show you what's available with the integration. So let's say I'm in my Gmail and I want to reply to a quick email. I can use Gemini to help me write the email, and I'll just say, sure, what's the due date? What's the deadline? And based on this, I can actually tell Gemini to write the email for me based on that basic, really simple input. And as you see, it did write the email for me based on those few words. I can also refine this, and I could make it longer, or I could shorten it, or I could make it more formal if I need to send it to, let's say, somebody that needs a formal email. So all of these are options. I can use them to quickly write emails. Another example, let's say I'm looking at Google Documents in this case, and let's say I want to prepare a school trip. I will use an example. I'm based in Prague in the Czech Republic, so I'll use an example based on Prague. So I'll say I am preparing a school trip, a school science trip for my grade 7 students to the Prague Zoo. And I'll say, please create a document about the trip that I could share with parents. And this is a simple prompt. And once I use this, basically it can generate the whole document based on that simple prompt, and it will include information about generic information, of course, about the trip, some things about the Prague Zoo. I even have the image generated as the document header. I will need to update some things like, of course, the time and where's the pickup point and whatnot. But as you see, it even gives me a list of things that students should pack. It gives me also information about the safety and conduct. And of course, I can further elaborate on this, and I can refine this text. Now, I'm not limited to Google Docs. I also, as I said, can use Gemini in Google Slides. So here in Google Slides, I cannot generate a full slide deck, but I can generate, for example, an image, or I can generate one slide at a time. So I need a slide about volcanoes for my grade 7 science lesson. And it can actually generate the slides for me. Really important here, you can only generate one slide at a time. So that's something to keep in mind. You cannot generate the full slide deck, but you could generate slides one at a time, like you've seen here. Also, I did mention the image generation, so I can generate images here as well. So I will say a lion in the kitchen. I'm using examples with animals today. But this is just to showcase that you can actually combine different elements that normally would not go together, and it can generate images for you. So can you use Gemini to help you prepare educational programs? For sure. Anything from generating the curriculum, to generating quizzes, to generating revision notes, to generating summaries, to generating extra support resources. All of these are good tasks that you could use Gemini for. And here, as you see, it did generate 4 images of a lion in the kitchen. So that's something that is definitely doable. And quickly, Google Sheets, because we also had a question about analyzing data. So this is where I have a lot of student data. This is fake student data. I also have some exam results. And what Gemini can do is it can actually analyze the data. So I can ask it to analyze this data. And let's say I just want to have an overview of the data in my data table. And here it tells me, hey, I can analyze it, but also if you want to focus on specific aspects, it can do that as well. So let me ask it something more specific. So I'll say, show me the distribution of the grades per subject. And here, basically, I have some exam results for English, math, and science. And here, Gemini does allow me to actually go and pull all those exam results, and it will generate the charts for me. It shows me the distribution of the grades for the 3 subjects. It also gives me some insights. So here also you see that it gives me some follow-up suggestions and says, hey, do you want to explore the relationship between these distributions or analyze other aspects of the data? So I could follow up with other questions, and I could ask it for more details here. So let's say, is there any correlation between the three subjects in terms of the distribution. So this is a random question, once again, based on my data. I don't know what I will get, but actually it does go and have a look at the data. It does create even correlations, heat maps, and whatnot. So as you see, it is quite powerful in terms of analyzing data. I wouldn't use it for complex statistical analysis, but basic data analysis definitely works. Keep in mind though, what I showed you in the past 10 minutes or so, like the Gmail integration, the Docs integration, the Sheets integration, these are all features that you need the paid Gemini education license to be using them. So the first part of the session, you had access for free. These are just some features that would require the upgraded version. I'll show you another quick tip because we are at the end of the scheduled time and I am mindful of your time, but I do want to show you another quick example of a tool that might be useful. But this is also one tool that is available only in the upgraded version. So you would need the actual Gemini license. So this is an example of a tool that, as I said, would give me access to using Gemini for generating videos.